It was one of those nights that will be etched into the memory of ARMYs forever. The lights of the Dolby Theater in Los Angeles shone brighter than usual. Not just because of the glitz and glamour of the 2025 BMI Pop Awards, but because one man's name echoed through the walls with an intensity that could be felt halfway across the globe. Jungkook. When his name was announced as the winner for Best Pop Song with his global hit 3D, the crowd erupted. But before the applause could die down, the room was on its feet again because he had also secured another BMI Pop Award for Standing Next to You. And with these two awards, Jungkook made history, the first K-pop soloist ever to win at the BMI Pop Awards for 3 consecutive years. Winning once at the BMI Pop Awards is already a career-defining achievement. Winning twice is rare, but 3 years in a row? That's unheard of for a non-Western artist and completely unprecedented for a K-pop soloist. This moment wasn't just about the trophies. It was about proving that Jungkook's artistry, voice, and songwriting transcended language, borders, and genres. Fans on X, formerly Twitter, trended hashtags like Jungkook BMI Pop Awards and hashtag Proud of You Jungkook within seconds. Videos of him accepting the award went viral instantly, gathering millions of views overnight. His speech was short, heartfelt, and typically Jungkook, humble but deeply meaningful. Music is the way I speak to the world. Thank you for listening. Those words, simple yet loaded with emotion, hit ARMYs like a wave. Many recalled his journey from the youngest BTS member standing shyly at the back during early interviews to this confident soloist commanding a global stage. To truly grasp the magnitude of this win, we need to go back. Jungkook's path to the BMI Pop Awards wasn't overnight magic. It was a story of relentless hard work, sleepless nights in studios, and the courage to reinvent himself. From his humble beginnings in Busan to debuting at just 15 years old as the youngest BTS member, Jungkook faced the intense pressure of growing up in the spotlight. He had the voice, the dance skills, and the charisma, but it was his work ethic that set him apart. Years later, when BTS began taking breaks from military service and solo projects, Jungkook's solo career didn't just start, it exploded. 7 shattered streaming records, 3D brought in a new R&B pop fusion sound, and Standing Next to You became a soulful anthem that critics called a masterclass in vocal delivery. His first BMI Pop Award came in 2023 for 7. In 2024, Standing Next to You earned him his second. And now in 2025, 3D has brought the third, solidifying him as one of the most consistent hitmakers in modern music. When 3D dropped in late 2023, it was already clear Jungkook had tapped into something special. Collaborating with Jack Harlow, the track blended smooth pop hooks with hip-hop undertones, making it an instant global playlist staple. By August 2025, 3D had achieved milestones even seasoned Western pop stars dream of. Gold certification in France with over 15 million streams, nearly 1 billion total Spotify streams, steady daily streams of over 1.6 million nearly 2 years after its release. This longevity is rare. Pop songs often burn bright and fade fast, but 3D seems immune to the passage of time. Critics attribute this to Jungkook's vocal versatility and the track's timeless production, while fans just say it's because Jungkook songs never get old. The BMI Pop Awards have always been dominated by Western industry giants. Names like Taylor Swift, Ed Sheeran, Dua Lipa, and Bruno Mars have all stood on that stage. For Jungkook to be not just a guest, but a recurring winner, sends a loud message to the global music industry. K-pop is not a passing trend, and Jungkook is one of its defining figures. The camera caught his reaction when his name was called. A mixture of surprise and quiet pride. He walked up with that familiar, confident stride, bowing politely before speaking in English with his signature soft tone. This means a lot to me, not just as an artist, but as someone who loves music more than anything. As soon as the ceremony ended, armies across the globe mobilized online. Fan bases from South Korea, Japan, the US, Europe, and Latin America began posting celebratory edits, streaming his songs on loop, and sharing throwback moments from his career. One Brazilian fan tweeted, "From the golden maknae to the golden man winning golden awards, we've witnessed his growth and we couldn't be prouder." A fan from France wrote, "We gave him gold here, and now he gave us gold on the global stage." The connection between Jungkook and his fans is unlike anything else in the music world. It's mutual, deeply emotional, and built over years of shared milestones. This BMI win didn't happen in isolation. August 2025 has been a month of non-stop Jungkook headlines. Gold in France for 3D, a rare achievement for any K-pop track. Studio reunion with Charlie Puth in Los Angeles, sparking rumors of a new collaboration or even a surprise BTS project. Disney Plus trailer drop for Are You Sure?, his travel reality show with Jimin set to premiere soon. Ongoing speculation about his role in BTS's rumored comeback album recording for 2026. It's as if Jungkook is laying down pieces of a larger puzzle, and ARMYs are busy trying to figure out the full picture. While the BMI win is a huge milestone, it also raises a tantalizing question: what's next? Rumors suggest that Jungkook has been quietly working on his second solo album. Some believe the Charlie Puth studio meetup might tie into that project. Others think it could be for BTS's rumored involvement in the Michael Jackson tribute album. HYBE, as always, has remained silent, adding fuel to speculation fires. Every cryptic Weavers post, every candid paparazzi photo, every studio sighting becomes a clue. And ARMYs? They thrive on the mystery. The Los Angeles evening sky was still a shade of gold when the first black sedans began pulling up to the Dolby Theater. Outside, fans lined the barricades, some holding banners, others clutching albums, all hoping for a glimpse of the man they had traveled across oceans to see. For hours, the chatter was electric. Will Jungkook be here in person? Is he performing? Do you think he'll win again? Then a ripple went through the crowd. A black SUV rolled in, its tinted windows concealing the star inside. Cameras flashed in a frenzied wave. The door opened, and there he was. Jungkook stepped out in a perfectly tailored black suit, the fabric catching the last light of day. His hair was slightly tousled, framing his face in a way that seemed both casual and deliberate. He didn't rush. He walked with that familiar calm confidence, pausing to wave, bow, and greet fans. A few lucky ones near the barricade got a smile, and one fan, tears streaming, managed to hand him a bouquet. He accepted it with both hands, bowing again, before being ushered inside. Inside the theater, the air was thick with anticipation. The Dolby Pop Awards stage glistened under soft golden lights, with its backdrop adorned with massive LED screens that flickered between performances and nominee highlights. Jungkook sat near the front, flanked by his team. At times, he leaned over to whisper something to his manager. Other times, he simply tapped his fingers lightly against his thigh in rhythm with the live music. To the untrained eye, he looked calm. But those who knew him, truly knew him, could sense the tension. When the category for Song of the Year was announced, his heart rate quickened. The nominees appeared on screen. Massive global hits from the year, chart toppers that had ruled radio and playlists alike. Then came the name that sent a ripple through the audience. 3D by Jungkook. He offered a polite smile, dipping his head slightly as the crowd reacted. Then the announcement came. And the 2025 BMI Pop Award for Song of the Year goes to 3D by Jungkook. The room erupted. Cheers, applause, whistles, and somewhere in the background the distinct sound of ARMYs screaming with joy. Jungkook stood, bowing to the audience before making his way to the stage. The applause didn't stop. In fact, it grew louder with every step he took. As he accepted the crystal BMI trophy, his voice was soft but steady. Music is the way I speak to the world. Thank you for listening. It was only after he began walking back to his seat that the second announcement hit. He had also won for Standing Next to You. The crowd rose to its feet again. Jungkook bowed a little deeper this time, as if acknowledging the gravity of the moment. This wasn't just another award night. This was history in the making.
In 2023, Seven had taken home his first BMI Pop Award, shocking critics who had doubted whether a K-pop soloist could hold such global sway. In 2024, Standing Next to You had solidified that first win wasn't a fluke, and now, in 2025, 3D completed the trilogy. 3 consecutive years. No K-pop soloist had ever done it before. In fact, only a handful of Western artists had ever maintained such dominance. For ARMY, these wins weren't just proof of Jungkook's talent. They were vindication, a loud, clear message to those who had once dismissed BTS as a passing trend or questioned whether their members could succeed alone.